Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we completed with the chapter number 8. So from today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 9, ledger posting. In this chapter you guys are going to learn about the meaning of ledger, what is an account, then specimen of an account, meaning of posting, utility and advantages of a ledger, index of a ledger, forms of ledger, process of posting, classification of ledger, and how balancing of the accounts. So now let's start first with the introduction. So in the earlier chapters, like you guys learn how to prepare the journal or the subsidiary books from the financial transactions of the business. So in this chapter, you guys are going to learn about how to prepare the ledger accounts from a journal and the subsidiary books, and also how to find the balance in the ledger accounts. So in the earlier chapters, you learn about how to prepare the journal or the subsidiary books. Now we are moving to the next step after subsidiary books, that is how to prepare ledger accounts from the journal or the subsidiary books which is prepared. Out of that, how to prepare the ledger accounts and also how to find the balance in the ledger accounts. You guys are going to learn in chapter number 9. At the time of preparing accounts in any organization, to prepare different ledger accounts and also to find balance in each account is very important. So, till now you learned the first step. First step was preparing the journal, passing the journal entries. Then second step was subsidiary books, prepare the subsidiary books. Now, out of subsidiary books and the journal entries, you guys are going to learn out of 2 how to prepare the ledger accounts and how to balance the ledger accounts. So what is ledger? Let's see the meaning of ledger. Accounting is a process of recording financial transactions of a business. So accounting word itself is a process of recording financial transactions of a business. The main objective of a trader is to get the useful information relating to the business from the recorded entries. For example, details of total purchase during the year, details of sales, types and amounts of expenses, types and amounts of income, total assets and receivables, total liabilities and payables, profit earned, loss suffered, etc. So, whenever you all know accounting is a process of recording financial transactions. So, what is the objective of recording financial transactions? So, by recording financial transactions, a trader can get the useful information relating to the business. Like, for example, the trader might get the details of total purchase during the year, total sales, types and amount of expenses, types and amount of income, total assets and receivables, total liabilities and payables, profit earned, loss suffered, etc. This type of various informations can be known or obtained from a journal or the subsidiary books. In view of above information, separate accounts are prepared for the specific information. Separate accounts are prepared for the specific information from the accounting entries. The different types of accounts are prepared in a separate book which is known as a ledger book. So, different types of accounts. Each account is prepared to know the separate account information and which is prepared in the separate book that is called ledger book. So, in a ledger book, different types of accounts are prepared to know the information of the separate accounts, each account. For example, cash account, purchase account, sales account, expenses account, incomes account, assets account, receivables account, liabilities account. So this is known as the separate types of accounts which are prepared in a separate book, which is known as a ledger book. So separate accounts are prepared in a ledger book. What is an account? Now the question is, what is an account? An account means summary showing debit and credit effects of the transactions affected during a specific period related to either individuals, goods, assets, incomes or expenses, and prepared in a specific format according to the rules of accounting. So accounting is a summary. You all know the meaning of summary. Like for example, if you read a storybook, that summary of whole storybook is given at the back. Like a short story about what the book is about. Correct? So same way, account is also a summary showing the debit and the credit effect of the transactions affected during a specific period or during the year related to either individual goods, assets, incomes or expenses. And it is prepared in a specific format according to the rules of accounting, that is known as account. While preparing any account, debit or credit effects of different transactions related to that account are given. Thus, an account is prepared with two sides, that is debit side and credit side. Now, let us look at the specimen of an account, means the format of an account. Now, from the specimen of an account given here, we shall understand the accounts in detail and also see how to prepare the account. So here, format of account is given. So this is the format of account. How to prepare the account? This is the format of account. So account, each and every account has two sides, that is debit side, DR debit side and credit side. This side, that is left hand side, is known as debit side and the right hand side column is known as the credit side. So account has a two side, debit side and credit side. Now first column would be the date, then second column would be the particulars, third column would be the GF number, that is journal folio number, and the next column would be the amount. So this is for the debit column. Now again here to same prepare for the credit column, that would be date, particulars, GF number and the amount column. Got it? So this is the format of the account. According to the double entry system, left hand side of each account is known as debit side and right hand side of each account is known as credit side. Now here details of each column is explained here, that is date. The date of the transactions which affects the accounts is shown in this column and the same date is shown in the journal or subsidiary books. So in date column you have to show the date. Then in particulars column, when we record on the debit side of the account, the same of the account having corresponding credit effect of the same transactions. So you all know that every transaction has two effects. One effect would be on debit side and second effect would be on credit side. So when we record on the debit side of the account, same account should also be affecting the credit side also. This name of the account having corresponding credit effect of the same transactions. Debit effect, same transactions, one account has debit effect as well as the credit effect is written here in this column. Similarly, while recording on the credit side of the account, the name of the account having corresponding debit effect of the same transactions is written here in this column. Got it? We would be seeing with the help of an example later on that would be more understandable to you. Okay. Now next is JF number, that is journal folio number. In journal and subsidiary book, each page is numbered serially, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For the effect of the entry which is to be recorded in ledger account, for showing the effect of the entry which is recorded in the which is to be recorded in the ledger account, the page number is given to the entry is journal or subsidiary books is mentioned in this column. Similarly, this ledger page number is recorded in that journal or subsidiary books whenever that transactions is recorded. Because of this, reconciliations or checking the effect of the business transactions in books of accounts becomes very easy. I know this theory would be not understandable to you, but whenever we will start with the example, it would be more it would make you more clear about the journal folio number. Okay, and the last column is amount. You all know the amount. In this column, the amount is amount which is shown in the journal or subsidiary books for a transactions. The same amount is to be written at the time of effect of these transactions in an account. So in an account, same amount would be recorded with which is recorded in the journal or subsidiary books while showing the effect in the account. Got it? Now let us look at the meaning of posting. From journal or subsidiary books, a process of recording as per the rules of accounting either on debit or credit side of an affected account is known as posting. So, from the journal and subsidiary books, you all know from journal and the subsidiary books, accounts is prepared and shown and the effect is shown. So, from journal or subsidiary books, a process of recording as per the rules of the accounting, which is recorded as per the rules of accounting either on debit side or either on credit side, is known as posting. Next is utility or the advantages of ledger. Now let us look at the advantages of ledger. Purpose of accounting is not only limited to recording of monetary receipts and payments. Based on an account only, a trader can have an idea regarding the financial positions as well as the profit or loss of a business. On the basis of a summary of accounts, proper decisions regarding business policy can be taken. Necessary and useful information to a trader as well as the different summaries can be easily and quickly obtained from the ledger. Thus, fulfillment of main objects of accounting is possible with the help of ledger only. Therefore, ledger is known as the king of books. Through ledger is not the preparing ledger or account is not only used for the limited purpose or is not only used for recording the monetary receipts and payments, but a trader can also have an idea regarding the financial positions of the business as well as related to the profit and loss of a business through ledger. That is first advantage. Then on the basis of the summary of accounts, proper decisions regarding the business policy can also be taken. The necessary and useful information to a trader as well as different summaries can be easily and quickly obtained from the ledger. Got it? So these were the advantages of the ledger. That's why the ledger is known as the king of books. From journal, a trader gets information regarding the original transactions and basic information of a business. Therefore, a journal book is known as original book or the primary book. While from the ledger, information regarding financial positions and profit and loss of a business can be obtained. From the viewpoint of the utility of a ledger, it is known as the main book or the principal book of the accounts. Ledger becomes useful to get the following information. So, ledger is also considered as the king of books because the main objective of ledger is fulfillment of main objective of accounting is only fulfilled or possible with the help of ledger. That's why ledger is known as king of books, and ledger is also known as the main book or the principal book because from the ledger, information regarding financial positions and profit and loss of a business can be obtained. So, from the viewpoint of the utility of the ledger, it is also known as the main book or the principal books of accounts. So, ledger accounts useful to get following information. First one is, from ledger, capital ratio information can be obtained. It gives the information about how much capital is employed in the business. Then second one is for assets, for obtaining the information related to assets. Different types of assets are purchased in the business throughout the year. It gives the information about the total amount of different assets at the end of the year. Then third one is receivables and payables. It gives the information about how much is the amount of receivables and payables at the end of the year in a business. Then fourth one is for expenses and the incomes. It gives the information of different expenses and incomes during the accounting year and also its total and individual amounts. And also next one is for the information for the purchase and sales. It gives the information for total purchases, total sales, total purchase returns, total sales return, and also outflow of goods other than sales during the accounting year. Then sixth one is to prepare a trial balance. It prepares a trial balance to get the information about the balances of all the accounts from the ledger. Then seventh one is to prepare a final accounts. It gives the information of the different accounts of the ledger from a ledger for the preparations of final accounts of a business at the end of the year, because final accounts is prepared on the basis of ledger only. So through ledger it also gives the information of the different accounts to prepare the final accounts at the end of the year. Then next one is for policy making decisions. It helps a trader by giving useful and important information from the ledgers for the policy making decisions. And the last one is to get the statistical information. It gives the useful statistical information from the accounts and also points out the statisticals or principal mistakes. So these were the information which can be obtained from the ledger. Got it? So these were the following advantages of the ledger. So now we are going to stop here. In the next video, we would be continuing with the index of the ledger. So if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.